record against an awful schedule. I think you put the loser of that game in over LSU if they win the SEC or Tennessee or USC, and you're telling those athletic directors schedule patsies in the preseason because undefeated or one loss is more important than big wins.
I think that sends a bad message as well. That it's okay to play teams like Hawaii, UConn,
right? It's a bad time.
Colorado
right.
State. It sends a bad message.
Yes.
Well, Michigan played, what was it, Washington this year?
Yeah, they played them last year.
So let's just say, for me, I think the other underlying thing here, because I think this will be the topic of discussion if Michigan does not win the Big Ten, is that their preseason schedule killed them.
Yeah.
But I think it's costing Blake Corum the Heisman too. There's no reason for me to believe that Blake Corum couldn't go do the same thing he's done all year against the Big Ten at Washington. Really, I have no reason not to believe that, but I didn't get to see it.
True.
So instead, they play these three patsies. They take him out early in games. He doesn't get the workload that he should get, and therefore, statistically, he's not where he should be.
Michigan, and you're right. Michigan.
Well, and if you even look at the defenses in the Big Ten, like running for 150 yards against Maryland or Indiana or even Penn State, like they're not great defenses.
Correct. Michigan has played one good team, and they played them at home. That's it. Correct. I'm so disappointed it's not an 8 or 12 team playoff this year. I'd love to see USC play Tennessee or Utah, Michigan, or Oregon, LSU for the first time in a long time. I really think those teams 3 through 10 have a chance to compete against the big boys. They have a chance to compete. I just think Georgia's just far better.
Well, I think this is the one year where you're looking at it going, other than Georgia, and there are literally 10 other teams, maybe 11 teams, that could compete to play against Georgia.
Yeah, that's true. And finally, this segment is giving me a headache. All right, it's time to headache relief. The aspirin, the ibuprofen of the show. Heather.
A 15-year-old Oak Park High School student has been arrested after allegedly catfishing other students to entice them into sending these explicit photos and videos of themselves. So the student was pretending to be a teenage girl online, like I said, was enticing these classmates to send these pictures or videos, and then if they refused to send more, he would threaten to release them publicly. So one of the victims, thank goodness, finally got the courage to go tell his mom what was going on, and they went right to the police department, and now the police say after an investigation they discovered several more victims, and they believe there could be even more. So this teenager is facing multiple charges, including extortion, tampering with evidence, and soliciting child porn. They also say additional charges could be filed in Oakland County, where some of the other victims actually live. Detroit Police Chief James White is recommending that 2 officers and 1 supervisor be suspended without pay after a woman suffering from a mental health crisis was fatally shot by police last week. During a press conference that he held on Monday, White expressed concerns with the supervisors and their ability to lead in those types of situations, and he said that at least some of the members in that particular situation should have had a better strategy. Well, the University of Virginia student who allegedly fatally shot 3 people and wounded 2 others is in custody. Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. was arrested after a 12-hour manhunt following the shootings that took place on Sunday night. All 3 of the victims were members of the football team, and Jones was a former football player at the school as well. He has been charged with 3 counts of second-degree murder and 3 counts of using a handgun to commit a felony. At this point, police have not offered a motive for the attack. I read an article about Jones's father, who released a statement saying that he had been picked on, his son was being picked on, and was acting paranoid during one of the last phone conversations they had. But all around, even the father, the mother were shocked to find out that this is something that their son did. It's absolutely heartbreaking to hear. Jay Leno, you guys, suffered some serious burns to his face on Saturday after one of his cars burst into flames. He was working in his garage in Burbank when a flash fire started in one of the vehicles. He has so many cars, as we all know, like 180 vehicles. Oh my gosh. He was taken to the hospital in an ambulance. A source says that the burns happened on the left side of his face, but thankfully didn't damage his eye or his ear. And Leno did release a statement saying that he is okay, but he does have serious burns from a gasoline fire, and he added that he's going to need a week or two to get back on his feet. And finally, you guys, I guess I shouldn't be shocked anymore when I find out who Pete Davidson is dating.
I know.
I always am. Every time I hear it, I was like, what?
It's unbelievable.
What? So this time he is apparently now in some sort of a relationship. They were spotted on a romantic dinner date with newly single Emily Ratajkowski.
Oh my God.
Mind blown.
Well,
Every time I hear who he's dating, I do the same thing. But witnesses say that they were getting cozy, they were holding hands. So we'll see where this goes. She just filed for divorce back in September. So, you know.
he's got to.
Obviously not going to reconcile.
No.
Like his resume is not quite as good as Jeter's was, but it's pretty damn good.
It's, I don't know who was on
I
Jeter's
wonder
list,
if
but
does he
man,
have a
this
care
is...
package as well?
I don't know. Jeter's, Jessica Biel. It just goes on and
I'll
on.
have to check out the list, because Pete Davidson's list is...
pretty impressive.
darn good.
Well, he must be pretty impressive.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
It does sound like it.
Exactly. By the way, Giselle.
Yeah, she's got a new
I
guy,
know,
too.
yeah.
A new athlete.
Yeah, I know.
Jiu-jitsu.
Yes, exactly. Dan Campbell will actually join us at 7:49 today, a little later. So look forward to that. 97 1.
Hey, back in August, Level One Bank became First Merchants Bank. Been a customer at Level One Bank for a long time, now a customer at First Merchants Bank. And did you know that just like Level One, First Merchants Bank is rooted firmly right here in the Midwest as a customer experience award-winning community bank? First Merchants Bank provides impressively attentive service that you simply can't find at other banks. And since I became a customer, they've treated me as an individual, giving me their undivided attention while helping me get things done. And I've enjoyed working with them, and I simply couldn't be happier. Based on how they've treated me and the individual attention I have received, I'm confident that First Merchants Bank genuinely cares for all their customers, and they're going to continue to go above and beyond to help their customers and their communities prosper. Visit your local First Merchants Banking Center for your next financial need and see for yourself. I'm sure you're going to be glad you did. First Merchants Bank is a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Now's a great time to get a new set of wheels during the Kia Movement That Inspires sales event. Hi friends, Bill Gelling here for Gelling Kia Madison Heights, telling about some of the great values. For November, well-qualified buyers can lease a new 2023 Kia Seltos LX all-wheel drive for just $245 a month. Leases for 36 months, 10,000 miles a year with $3,500 down, plus tax, title, plates, dock, and acquisition fee extra. We have a good selection to choose from, so come visit our dealership on 14 Mile Road, east of the Oakland Mall in Madison Heights. Check us out online at GollingKia.com.
Two Men and a Truck is the leader in all things moving and now can help with junk removal services. So whether you're looking to simplify your next move or just need help tackling that holiday cleaning project, go to twomenandatruck.com and get a quote today.
To click the Big 2-0. I love betting NFL first half unders and spreads more than full games. Why? There's more consistency, that's why. Take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs are 8-1 to the first half under so far this season, which means they start very slow against everyone. With Brady taking his own sweet time to get started in games this season, I don't see this trend stopping. Hammer the under on those Tampa Bay first half unders. I'm Tristan Crick, helping you beat the Bills.
Anywhere fans go to cheer on their team, there are behind-the-scenes MVPs, ensuring everything is game day ready. We see you, Joe, fixing seats so every fan can enjoy every game. Ed Alley, who keeps her stadium running smoothly from the moment the first game starts to the last play of the season. At Grainger, you're our MVPs, and we're always here for you, with supplies and solutions for every industry and 24/7 customer support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
As a roofer, I don't have time to fail. Homeowners rely on me, so I rely on Beacon. Beacon's unique network of branches work together to get me what I need when I need it. Every branch working together. And with the new Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the latest power tool in roofing.
Your range is white gold.
Trend. Plus the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips. Go to BECN.com to get started building with Beacon. Beacon, always building.
Bob
Lawson, business manager for Coletta Motorsports, uses applied innovation for network and IT support and much more.
So they maintain and keep us connected through a lot of our internet technology programming that we need. If we're looking to add equipment or something like that, we work through them to do so.
Why choose applied innovation for Coletta Air, Coletta Charters, and Coletta Motorsports, which together employs over 4,000 people?
The beauty of their organization is just like our owner, Connie Coletta. John Lowry developed and built Applied Innovation with his own two hands. And they're both family-owned businesses, and family to our owners extremely important.
You believe strongly in supporting the local communities you serve, as does Applied Innovation.
Well, I think that goes back to the philosophies of the family-owned businesses, and that mirrors the philosophy that Applied Innovation has.
Applied Innovation. Call today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedinnovation.com.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Papura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, log on to nbphealth.com.
Time is running out. You get a brand new 2022 Chevy from Sarah Whalen Chevrolet, like the Chevy Silverado. As the #1 volume Chevy dealer in the nation for new and certified pre-owned vehicles, Sarah Whalen has a large inventory of 2022 Silverados with a variety of trim levels that are ready for you to test drive and take home today. Or if the sedan is more your style, Sarah Whalen can get you into the legendary Malibu. So hurry into Sarah Whalen Chevrolet, 17th Ave in Van Dyke and Sterling Heights. I'm actually going in there today to get an Equinox for my daughter. Darren, he's the guy who'll take care of you. Call 800-WHALEN-1 or go to sarahwhalen.com. Find new roads.
Jared Goff joins Karsh and Anderson Tuesdays at 10:30 on 97.1 The Ticket. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Stoney and Jansen.
248-539-9797. Dan Campbell will join us around 7:50-ish. All right. The Lions, as we know, are 3-6 as we head into Week 10. The Meadowlands against the New York Giants, a team with a winning record. The Lions have not beaten a team with a winning record. They beat a team that's 500. Because they got to 500 last night. The Commanders, who handed Philadelphia their first loss, and they obviously beat Chicago and Green Bay, who don't have winning records either. So when you look at this, so we're really technically at the halfway point. You know.
Yes.
The
hard part is
you can't play 8.5 games. So
No.
they played 9. John.
They had a half win last year.
That's true. John, if you're casting a vote for the Lions' most valuable player, who is it?
I mean, that's
not easy.
It's not. I mean, to me, it's got to be Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's been the most consistent. I know he missed a game, but he's been the most consistent. And the way that he runs his routes, he gets open. Yes, some of it is scheme and route trees. Others, it's just, it's just execution of what he's doing. And you look last week and you say, okay, well, the first 3 or 4. All right, they didn't adjust. Chicago's defense didn't adjust yet, but he got 10 receptions, and most of those were uncontested catches.
Correct.
So he's doing a great job. He's very reliable. You rarely see him drop a ball. There's been a couple of drops. Those happen. But, and I'm taking Hunters out of this equation.
Well, he didn't have a good game.
So he didn't have a great game, though. But I think it's got to be Amon-Ra St. Brown. Defensively, and I'll tell you what, I'll stop there, and we can discuss more after we hear yours and Tom's.
Well, I think St. Brown is obviously only. I was actually thinking of Penei Sewell because he's been the stalwart in the offensive line, and earlier in the season, they were able to really run the ball well thanks to the offensive line. A lot of what St. Brown has been done because Goff has had time to throw the ball.
Yep.
So I would say, I'm not going to disagree. St. Brown's I think the obvious choice, but I'll go a little outside the box. I'll say Penei Sewell.
Yeah, I like that pick as well. He has been very consistent, and when you think about the matchups that he's had, the Micah Parsons one comes to mind. I think it was 11 times that he was matched up on him, and he basically, Dallas said, we're not getting anywhere this side. Let's try the other side. I think Taylor Decker played well that game, at the same time. So I think that Penei Sewell would be in that category.
You know, the thing, and I thought about Sewell. I don't think the list is very long.
No.
Of options here. He was phenomenal against Parsons, but what was it? The Dolphin game when he had the penalties.
Yeah.
That bothered me. And I thought that was kind of an underlying thing in losing that game. It really just threw that one drive sideways.
Correct.
Agree.
And I also think, John, you mentioned a key thing there. I think Taylor Decker's been just as good. You know, I'm picking one play here, but they ran left to seal the game the other day.
True.
You know, he gets no credit. He's always the guy that everybody wants to trade. He's the longest in the tooth around here on the offensive line. So I think there's a lot of things there. And I'm not trying to downgrade Sewell. I just think I think Decker and Sewell are even.
Okay.
And St. Brown certainly. I think the other choice. Am I crazy to say Jeff Okudah?
I was thinking of him, Gov, as well. You're not crazy, except when you look at the secondary. While they've gotten better, they've still got burnt.
Well,
so the secondary as a whole, sure, but not necessarily Jeff Okudah. And
he's played well
in so many different ways.
Right, but by saying the MVP.
Well, I'll say this: he lost his safety.
Yes,
and
true.
he shut down Justin Jefferson. Look at what he did the other day.
I know.
And he's had other shutdowns this year.
There's no doubt.
I just look at this and I'm kind of like, first off, great for him.
Yeah.
He is a good guy, and I'm really happy for him. And that the fact that they've potentially found a good to borderline great corner. I know that's a small sample size, but he is growing tremendous. He's physical. I mean, he's kind of everything that the Lions fans have wanted in a quarterback. I almost feel like if he was just okay, it would virtually be like 7-on-7 football against this defense. Like, can you imagine if he wasn't taking away something?
I agree. Well, he's yes, St. Brown's the offensive MVP. Okudah's the defensive MVP. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and Okudah
17.
When you see a
Brady.
Or a corner get 15 tackles, normally you're thinking, well, the first two levels didn't.
It's
do
gotta
their job,
be.
But they used him in that 4-2-5 defense before they made some adjustments. He was the extra linebacker that they would move into the box.
17-602.
Basically a linebacker position, and with some different responsibilities. But he does a terrific job of getting into it when he reads run, of coming up and being a willing tackler. His open field tackling.
And we probably won't be gassed till later.
Punishing. You know what's sad is there's really only 3 people you can even consider.
Well, I think, and that's we're sitting here campaigning for guys, and I actually think you can really say it's Okudah over St. Brown. I mean, St. Brown did miss some time.
Yeah.
If you want to, again, I'm campaigning here.
Perfect.
Okudah has lost his starting safety. He lost Olularie, or Olularie hasn't been as good as we thought he would.
You're benched.
I mean, yeah, exactly. So you've got variables there, and then you've also had elusive running quarterbacks that usually free up receivers.
Who else could even be considered in the conversation? That's the thing that's alarming to me. Maybe also receiving votes, Jamal Williams, but there's nobody else on defense, right?
Yeah, that's what happens when you're 3-6.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I can't give it to Williams simply because of
The
Dallas.
fumble. Yeah.
Again, I go back to Sewell, where
I know.
I think that was a catastrophic thing that happened.
Right. I mean, like early in the season, you consider Goff, but no.
No, after 4 weeks,
Yes.
you can be in the
Right.
conversation. Since then,
That's
he's
it.
left that
You
conversation.
really have 3.5.
And so, some of the other guys that you could talk about is, Jonah Jackson and Frank Ragnow, but they've missed time.
Yes.
And I mean, Frank has played really good when he's been in there.
Right.
And so has Jonah.
We'll find out hopefully from Dan whether Ragnow's seriously hurt.
I can't say Jack Fox anymore after that punt on.
No, he did not have a good game on Sunday. All right. My telephone number is 248-539-9797. Dan Campbell will join us next. Planet Fitness. I love that place. Helped me lose over 30 pounds. It's the home of the judgment-free zone. You work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. And they have this thing called the 30-minute circuit, where you work out obviously for 30 minutes, and they have all these machines right there, and you do reps around, in 30 minutes, and you're done. And you get all this for just 10 months. Now, personally, I am very partial to all the cardio stuff they have there, whether it be the elliptical, the bikes, the treadmills. That's the stuff that is great for me. And if you want more, They have a Black Card membership where you can enjoy the use of amenities such as unlimited tanning, hydro massage, and more importantly, access to over 2,000 locations worldwide. So if you're out on a vacation, you want to work out, there's no place at your hotel or someplace, Planet Fitness is right there for you. Judgment-free zone. Now, there's over 50 locations in Metro Detroit. Join today in club or online at www.planetfitness.com. I love it there. It's really helped me, helped my mental state as well, which working out does. Planet Fitness, it's a judgment-free zone.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA. Southbound 75 at Schaefer crashes on the right shoulder. Another accident still working 96 eastbound at Novi Road, and a slow go due to construction at 1496 eastbound at 275. Put the expertise and skill of NECA signatory contractors to work on your commercial, public, industrial, or residential construction project. NECA contractors, like Kirk Electric Company, are powering Michigan's future, project after project, on time and on budget. Learn more at smcneca.org. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
The latest on the NBA, the NHL, the NFL, and the MLB on the Boston Balls Podcast with Pat Caputo. Get it on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Fall is just around the corner, and you know what comes with that. One of the greatest sports ever. I'm talking about football. All the professional teams and college teams make this the most exciting sport to watch. From the first snap of the game, you're hooked. Every pass, every play, every interception keeps you wanting more. We jump up and cheer as loud as we can every time our team scores a touchdown. There's nothing better. So sit back and enjoy the best time of the year. So throw that burger or dog on the grill and tailgate with your friends to celebrate the greatest sport created, football.
Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers are changing the game with their impressive family of SUVs, like the popular Chevy Equinox. Equinox is the perfect compact SUV. Its sporty style is versatile and spacious. Its safety features surround you with security. And with technology like an available built-in Wi-Fi hotspot, Chevy Equinox keeps you connected wherever you go. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
This Odyssey.com Sports Minute is brought to you by Northville Lumber.
This Boomer Science with an Odyssey Sports Minute. The sports world is still abuzz about Justin Jefferson's astonishing fourth quarter, 4th and 18, one-handed catch. He literally ripped the ball from cornerback Cam Lewis' two-handed grasp as he was falling to the ground. It was the greatest catch I had ever seen, folks, period. To me, it surpasses even David Tyree's helmet catch in Super Bowl 42 and Julian Edelman's Super Bowl 51 diving game changer. More in the next hour on Boomer Science.
When a cold comes on strong, knock it out with Vicks DayQuil Severe for max strength daytime relief. Just one dose of Vicks DayQuil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Power through your day with Vicks DayQuil Severe, the daytime non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, 9 to none medicine. Use as directed.
Everyone can boost their digital confidence with NordVPN. All it takes is one simple click. NordVPN will block online trackers, hide your virtual location, and secure your devices from malware-infected files during downloads. It will also detect malicious websites. So catch the Black Friday deal for a 1 or 2 year plan at NordVPN.com and get 3 months for free. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
Where can you start holiday shopping now for a season full of savings? Lowe's actually.
It's just flurrying, so it's not a lot of snow. It's just flurries.
Now $2,986 for a total savings of $1,281. Right. Check back daily for deals during Black Friday month and start saving now with Lowe's. Home to any possibility. Offer valid through 11/16. Terms and exclusions apply. See store for details. Learn more at Lowe's.com/price promise.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge. And we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs.
That's what Mom hangs up.
$69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Which is rude.
Based on data from the NPD Group 2020.
2021.
Throughout the 60s and 70s, cops hunted down key figures of the Dixie Mafia, including its enigmatic ringleader, Kirksey Nix.
I'm interested in making money. I'm not interested in hurting people.
15 years into Kirksey's life sentence, the Dixie Mafia was practically folklore, but that would soon change. I'm Jed Lipinski. This is Gone South, a documentary podcast from C13 Originals, a Cadence 13 studio. Season 2, The Dixie Mafia. Available now on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
My son was struggling with a drug addiction and I had no idea where to turn. Then someone recommended Families Against Narcotics. I started attending the meetings and they truly saved my life. To find a monthly fan forum in your area, go to familiesagainstnarcotics.org.
Unparalleled insight and opinions for all of the weekend NFL action. Kick off with Boomer and Valenti Sunday mornings at 9 on 97.1 The Ticket. It's time for Lions Weekly with head coach Dan Campbell. Brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Well, I don't know if we can call you a road warrior, but check off that box. Congratulations on the road win. Dan Campbell joins us. How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. How are y'all?
We're pretty good. Would resilient be the proper adjective to describe
There's
what
a garbage
Sunday?
truck.
Yeah, I mean, our guys just hung in there, you know. We just kept playing and, you know, fought our way back in it. And then they took the lead again. Our guys, you know, went back out, got another stop on defense. And then when we needed a drive, the offense came through. So, yeah, those guys, they kept banging away. And you know, it was a hell of a win for us.
How difficult is it to prepare and execute a game plan against a player like Justin Fields?
It's difficult. It's very difficult. He is, you know, he's somebody that you can't, you know, it's hard to simulate what he's able to do unless you have that caliber of athlete on your roster at the position. So, you know, we try to do a couple of things. So, you know, we would throw some players back there just to let them run around a little bit. We did that once or twice just to, you know, to have to force the long, you know, the long play, something more than 5 seconds. But other than that, you know, Nate Sudfeld really gave us the looks, and he did a hell of a job. But, you know, certainly Fields has got a lot more speed and quickness, but you know, it was something we really, really emphasized, man. It was, we hit it every day. We talked about it at practice. And I remember when we came off the field on Thursday, you know, I thought we did a hell of a job just in practice and focusing on it. And our guys, there was intent to it. And it's hard because it really is. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of discipline, and from the front end, but in the back end too. I mean, you gotta cover for a long time. You gotta just mirror the guy for a long time. So, but AG and our crew did a great job with it.
Put some pads on Randall L.
No, but we could have found out. I don't know if he's gonna last more than 5 seconds. If he goes 5 seconds, he's gonna run around pretty good.
The one thing you can't, I guess, practice or teach is escapability, because there were so many times where you guys had him, and he was able to somehow, maybe he's stronger than he looks, get away from sacks.
Well, I think some of it is, what happens is you know, it's the natural reaction is, there he is, I'm going to grab him and then just stop my feet. And he's too strong for that. You know, that's why when you saw at the very end what Akor did to him, you know, Akor missed him the first time, but then once he got back on his feet, he ran over there and bear hugged him and stayed up.
Yeah.
Just stay up, bear hug the hell out of him, squeeze him, and then, you know, hopefully they call it dead. But when you start just stopping your feet, you'll slide right down.
Jeff Okudah. We were just talking about guys that we thought, you know, at midseason could be MVP caliber guys for the team. And he, going into the season, a big question mark just because he was hurt. We didn't know what he was going to be. Your thoughts on where he is and what you've seen from him through 9 games?
Yeah, I see a player who's improving. He's improved every week, you know. I see a player who's got a long way to go, but I see a player who's come a long, long way. And he's somebody that, man, you can just feel it every week, you know. He continues to get a little bit better and a little bit better. And that was a hell of a play that he made, you know. And then just you know, the one-on-one on the outside, he's got him covered down over there, Claypool, and you know, now the throw was whatever, but the point is, I mean, he was all over the receivers. So we see improvement, and it was good to see more improvement the other day, and we expect to see even more this week. So we love where he's trending right now.
To me, one of the great things about Sunday was the continued progression, not just of him, but Julian Okwara, Aiden Hutchinson, I got Pascal before he got nicked up. The young guys getting better. I mean, to me, yeah, you want to win games, obviously, but to see young guys getting better is to me, the goal of this season. Would you agree with that and how they played on Sunday?
Yeah, well, certainly we want to see growth, because you know, at the end of the day, that's the majority of the core of our team are the young guys. So the faster they can grow up and continue to you know, bank these reps and really you know, improve, the better off we're going to be. And so the faster they can come along, you know, that's only going to help us. So that's big. And I think also, you know, not only just learning to win in these tight games. I mean, that's 2 weeks in a row now. We've had to find a way to, you know, to win at the end. And you know, the only way to figure it out is to be in that moment and to know what it took to get through it. You know, there's just the extra intensity and focus and hustle and everything, and the trust in the guy next to you goes a long way. And those guys are learning that very young in their career. And so the faster they can pick that up, the better off we'll be. So that's good to see. And yes, that's a huge part of it. Winning is a huge part of it too.
Well, winning's obviously the ultimate goal, and all the things that you talked about are, you know, the confidence goes way up when you get a chance to win. Then you put two of them in a row. One of those is a road win. Now you guys are going to New York. Is the feeling amongst the guys and even yourself that, hey, going into games now, we have the confidence that we can go out and win a game, and we can win a game on the road?
Well, I just think it verifies the fact that, man, you know, we've proven that we can get back into games if we have to. You know, you get down, we can find our way back. We've shown that. But to be able to finally pull it out, I think is big. They need to know, you know, if you just hang in there and you make one more play, which we've done the last 2 weeks, you know, you can do it. And now, certainly you don't want to be in a hole like we were in, but you do have the ability to get back in it and to finish it out and to win it. And you can flip the momentum in a hurry. But just keep playing the play, you know, and keep doing the things that we've talked about since day one. And, you know, the title turn. But it does take extra focus and all those things. So, yeah, I think it does validate that. Our guys have just stayed true to everything that we've coached them to do, and we're making we're making one more play than our opponents right now.
Running the ball, which was so good most of this season, got maybe a step back on Sunday. How much was the offensive line? And staying with the running game, Swift, is he still going to be on a pitch count?
Yeah, I mean, there again, we'll take Swift as it comes, you know. I mean, I think Swift was just a little bit better than he was last week, and hopefully he's a little bit better this week than he was last week. I mean, when we feel like we can use the heck out of Swift, we're going to use the heck out of Swift, believe me. So, you know, hopefully he just continues to feel a little bit better. I thought the old line as a whole played pretty dang good. Now, we had a couple of mentals in protection, you know, in some of our play pass stuff, but as far as the protection in general, you know, the physical part, the twists, the stunts, man, I thought we did a heck of a job. We gave Goff a lot of time to see it, throw it, and I thought he threw it well. But in the run game, man, I thought we did some really good things. I think there's areas where, you know, our tight ends need to be better. I think that's where, you know, we got to pick it up a little bit because there's a number of runs we can have. And I think all three of those guys can be a little bit better in those areas, and they will be. It's on the road, and those guys hit gaps over there on defense. So, but I thought Jamal was exactly what we know Jamal is. He's steady, he's reliable, and you can count on his production week in and week out.
Frank Ragnow was seen in a walking boot. I know you addressed it a little bit yesterday, but any update today on his status and whether he might be available this weekend?
No, I'll know later this afternoon exactly, kind of where that goes. But I think this will go all the way down to the wire, knowing Frank. I mean, he's going to want to play. It's just a matter of, do we feel like, does he feel like he can really produce? And, and so if he can, he's going to go. But we'll know a lot more as the days come here.
Saquon Barkley, obviously one of the best running backs in the league. How difficult is it going to be to stop him?
It's going to be difficult. I mean, the offense runs through him, and really the only reason Saquon, to this point, in his career has not had the production is just because he's been hurt. That's the only reason, because when he's on the field, he's dangerous, and he is multi-talented. He's very versatile, run and pass game. He can run the gaps, wide zone. He can come out of the backfield, run the choice routes. He can run the seams. I mean, he's dangerous. Now, the good news is I don't think he's much of a thrower like we just saw in the field. So at least that's, we have an idea on how to shut this run game down. But they're playing good football over there. They don't make mistakes. It's a well-coached team. They're playing good defense, and they don't turn the ball over. So, we got our hands full, but I can tell you this, it all starts with Barkley.
I'm just curious, big story last week was Jeff Saturday going from ESPN analyst to head coach of the Colts. They obviously won the game. A lot of former coaches were, I don't know, for lack of a better term, pissed off. And, you're somebody who worked a long time as assistant. In talking with other coaches, what was your reaction to that as somebody, all the grinders who've been around for a long time and never got an opportunity?
No, I mean, honestly, it's none of my business. Okay. I mean, that's their agenda, and look, that's what they wanted to do over there, and shoot, man, let them go. They won their first one, and hey, good luck to them.
All right. Well, good luck on Sunday. Hopefully, we get three in a row.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're shooting for.
Yes, absolutely. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Dan.
Okay,
all
take
right.
care.
Dan Campbell, head coach of the Lions, here on 97.1 The Ticket.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Sports headlines. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Mother Waddles. Pistons fall at home 115-111 for their fourth straight loss as the shorthanded Raptors withstood their fourth quarter rally in downtown Detroit. Jaden Ivey had 21 points, 15 off the bench for Alec Burks in his second game for the team. Although another injury to the starting lineup as Isaiah Stewart left and would not return with a foot problem in the first half, Marvin Bagley III got the start yesterday and said they need to power through all of these injury woes.
That's unfortunate, but we just got to keep fighting, man. It's a part of the game, part of this league. Players go down. You never know when it's going to happen, but you got to stay ready and keep sticking together to this path.
Detroit will now head on a 6-game road trip starting on Thursday. College hoops, Michigan moves up to 20 in the AP Top 25 poll, while the Spartans are just on the outside looking in as they prepare for number 4 Kentucky tonight. MSU head football coach Mel Tucker calls their suspended players a day-to-day situation as they await a resolution to the Big House Tunnel investigations. He and Michigan's Jim Harbaugh also gave their sympathies to the victims in the Virginia shooting incident. And a big upset on Monday Night Football to wrap up Week 10 in the NFL. The Commanders handing Philly their first loss of the year with a 32-21 road win. Jalen Hurts with 3 total touchdowns, but Washington with twice the time of possession as they improved to 5-5. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Villar. For more, go to 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
Thank you, Chris. Telephone number 248-539-9797. Jim Harbaugh at 8:35. By the way, today at 6 o'clock is, if you're a baseball hot stove guy, front offices have to set their reserve list for the Rule 5 draft. Which is not that big of a deal. However, multiple trades are expected across the industry. So maybe Scott Harris and the boys will be a little busy today. So we might have some Tiger news
hopefully
today. Yeah, that'd be nice.
To see something.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. With the Lions winning, they're now 3-6. And yes, no, the playoffs are not part of the conversation. However, they've shown this ability to actually win a couple of games. Granted, not great opponents, but who cares? They won. They have 3 wins. Are you, as a Lion fan, if you were of the, for lack of a better term, tank camp, switch to them? Now, you've never been part of the tank camp, so obviously your answer. I was not this early in the season. I'm waiting, I want to wait till a team is pretty much eliminated from playoff contention, get past into December, and then, you know what? It's probably better off if they lose some games. That's the way I look at it. As you know, I can't physically, emotionally watch the team I want to win lose games. It's very difficult to actually, I'd rather not even watch and hope they lose rather than watch, but we can't do that here. So if you switched from, if you're one of those people, and I know a lot of them, who just want to lose every game so they can have a franchise quarterback, and it's actually the same thing with the Pistons, but we're talking about the Lions here as well. 248-539-9797. Has the wins over the last 2 weeks changed your tank mentality?
Well, I would think it should, because if you're going to tank, you're tanking for the number 1 pick, possibly the number 2 pick. Other than that, especially
it's not like there's no lottery here like there is in basketball. That's another difference.
Right, yeah, there's no lottery. So at this point, and right now, you're really hoping your tank, if you're rooting for one, that happens out in LA.
Yep.
Yes.
And that they, hey, the season is a bust. Don't play Cooper Kupp again. Matthew Stafford, is questionable,
yes.
and maybe you hold him out.
They're not tanking because they get no benefit.
Right. They get no benefit.
Same thing with the Lakers. They have one of the 3 worst records in the league, but they don't have their pick. Yeah,
right.
So it's not lottery protected.
You hope that they're just preserving their stars,
correct,
as you would say.
Yes.
Not in a blowout, but they're getting blown out.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where you're hoping for the better of the 2 picks.
Correct.
Right now, Houston, I don't think they win 3 games. And so it's sitting at 3 games right now. You're not going to have the number 1 pick. Vegas may win another game or 2, but it feels like they're about to implode.
Yeah.
And when you listen to Derek Carr and you hear him talk about as emotional as he was, and the fact that he wishes everybody on the roster felt the same way.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell that there's some internal issues going on, and I don't know if they're really all that happy with Josh McDaniels. They're already talking about his job. So
you got Carolina.
You got Carolina, who do you play head-to-head. You got Jacksonville, who you play head-to-head.
And Carolina just made a quarterback change because Walker got hurt. Baker Mayfield was starting. He's not going to try to lose games. He's playing for his career.
Right. And you've got the Bears right now, who you've already beaten once, all behind you. Carolina, you mentioned New Orleans is right there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but New Orleans, they're not tanking because Philly has their pick.
Right.
Well, we've got a humongous game this weekend. The Saints are hosting the Rams.
I know.
And we need the Saints to win.
Oh,
if Detroit fans are rooting for something this weekend beyond their own team, root for the Saints. Because to me, it's not about the Lions pick anymore. It's about the Rams. And it's amazing
100%.
how this has changed in 2 weeks. And now Cooper Kupp, high ankle sprain.
Yeah, he's out for at least 4 weeks, minimum.
Yeah, the Rams could really, really go south. They were already, with Cooper Kupp, the 3rd least scoring team in the league. So now what? And Stafford was in concussion protocol.
Right.
It's going to be hard for them to win very many more games.
The Rams have not rushed for over 62 yards in any game this season.
It's not surprising because their offensive line is terrible.
Right, I know.
And so, having said all of that, and if you believe, which I do, that the Lions, at a minimum, will win 2 more games, I really think that the whole tank mentality is out the window. Now it's a matter of winning as many games as possible, and then you get a chance to find out, is Dan Campbell the guy to lead you into next year? Are the young guys continuing to develop?